Great morning to the grind. Great morning to the grind. Great morning to the grind. It's an amazing day. It's a new day, a new opportunity to put your life the trajectory you wanted to be in. God gave us another day. We want to take the best chance at making the best of it. My name is KeJohnna Owens. This is the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast. This morning, man, we're putting something together. We got an amazing co-host on, Mr. Robert F. McPhaul. Let's get right on into it. Stand by as I bring this young man up to the forefront. Man, it's the Morning Grind. And there he is right there, Mr. Robert F. McPhaul. Good morning to you, sir, out there in Jacksonville, Florida. It ain't that early, but here on the West Coast, man, we're waking people up. Absolutely. Good morning to you, sir.
Woo! Great morning, grand rising, and all that all together. As you can see, the sun is already shining and peeking through the blinds already, and it's up and at 'em and ready to roll. Let's rock and roll.
Man, let's get all right on into it, man. What you brought to the forefront this weekend as we had a conversation on, what to help the people with. You said raising those standards as a business coach, a consultant, a business owner, retired Navy veteran. You're out there helping people all the time. You run into people and you tell them, man, raise the standard up. You want a little bit something more, you're going to have to do a little bit something more. Break down, what came to your attention and why you wanted to speak on this topic this morning.
It's because the reason why I want us to talk about this is because of the fact that, and you guys will hear what Tony Rollins is what he was actually trying to express is that, if we want to get somewhere, if we want to win for our families, if we want to be successful in life, if we want to be a better version of ourselves, there's some standards that we have to raise. Some of us have low standards and we accept anything and everything. That doesn't mean we're going anywhere. That just means that we're just doing something. Got to raise the standards.
Yeah, just doing something is what they call checking the box, right? I did it. I showed up. I did the homework. And I really didn't study. I really didn't put my best effort in. I was like that in school. So I get to share from experience, man. What if I had been a little bit more about a higher standard? What if I had been about, a little bit more in myself, intentionality. Youth has its own, learning process to it all. But we get to a point as adults, you say, well, I'm not going to just be a part of the company. I'm not just going to have the job. I'm going to bring myself, the best of myself, to every opportunity, every environment, every relationship that I have in order to put myself in the best alignment for what I want out of my life. And what's wrong with raising your standard?
There's nothing wrong with that because, once again, and when you hear the clip, it's just plain and simple because it took me like, wow. And what I've been trying to do is I try to listen to this every single day to which it can be embedded in my head because of the fact that if we want different results of what we've been getting, that means we have to change our standards. If you know that you want positive people, you want better people around you, you got to change your standards of type of people you want around you. See, I don't want to tell too much because he's going to explain it and it's going to resonate with you. But just understand that in order to change the results that you want, in order to change what you want in life, we have to make a change. And that means standards have to be changed.
You know, it's a great point of reference. You know, I was in a position in life where I wanted to do something with my life. I wanted to really, I wasn't sure, but I started to go around people that were doing things with their life. And by default, I said, you know what, I'm going to put a little bit higher standard to myself. I'm going to represent myself a little bit more in alignment with what the people I was looking at were doing. They were flying back and forth around the country, going to different places in the world, other countries. And I said, you know, I want to live a life like that. What do I have to do? Well, raise a standard. They had to raise a standard. If you want a little bit more than you have, or you want to do something different than you've done, you're going to have to do something different than you've done. You have to become a different person than you've been. And raising that standard starts the process. Think about youth. There's some things you didn't do that you wish you had done. And I love this quote, you know, the saying phrase. I wish I'd have known then what I know now. Oh, man, what would that be like? What if I would have raised a standard when they introduced me to computer science in the 80s and paid attention? Mr. McPhaul, raising that standard, where can it take you?
Oh, raising your standards can take you long ways. Matter of fact, the founder of the company that we're in has just raised his standards. He's in another country, and he already said he's going to be in multiple different places every time you see him. So he's changing or raising his standards to show people you can do it too.
When the mind expands, it cannot retract. See, that's the deal. Once you go in a room and you see some things that you haven't seen, and you see a way you could live that you may not have lived, man, it just opens your mind to different things. I was introduced to a professional environment in 2012, the FraserNet Power Networking Conference in Dallas. And it gave me an amazing opportunity. 3 booths. Each booth was $900. I didn't even have any money to even hardly get there, let alone 3 booths. But I was blessed by presence, by persistence, by remaining professional, showing up for my own success. They offered me 3 booths from a marketing company, which I could take my clients. I didn't even have any business cards or anything. What that made me do was know that I had done the work to be well received, first of all, to get the opportunity. But it also showed, man, I needed to raise my standards. I needed to raise the bar of what I wanted to do in my life. I needed to raise the bar of the people that I was networking with. I needed to raise the bar of the people I was listening to. I needed to raise the bar of what I could be to myself. And I want to say raise the bar, because sometimes they say lower the bar. That's like that. What do they do when they go under the bar? Right now, we want to raise the bar because we're jumping. We're going up. We're high jumping to the next level. I see my good friend out there, Mr. Corey Thomas, man. This an angel. This an angel in real life right there. Long time friend of mine, Mr. Corey Thomas. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Now, we're going to show a video, as I always do on the podcast, to inspire, motivate, ignite some kind of passion in somebody. And then we're going to come back around and kind of talk about, what it takes to just have the passion to get up in the morning, what you want out of life. How do you, before we even do that, speak on how you start your day. Maybe it didn't work out yesterday. Man, it was a terrible day yesterday, so to speak. But today is a new day. How do you operate in a new day with a new energy and a new focus, with a new, forget yesterday. Today's the day. How do you do that? Speak on that, sir. Yeah.
Well, yeah. What I look at is this, and what it was explained to me is that you never have a bad day. You have a learning day. You have something that you learn that, okay, that's something I'm not going to do. So when tomorrow comes, I'll do better. And so we have to get up early in the morning. We can't just wake up out of bed, just wake up in the morning thank God for being alive, and then let's plan our day out. What are we going to do? What we're going to change, or what we're going to implement that we didn't do yesterday that we need to do today? Let's focus on what we want out of life. When we say change our standards, because here's the thing: if you want to be successful in life, you have to make some changes. If you want to get married, and you want that husband, that wife that you want, you have to raise your standards of the type of people you want to meet, so you can be, get there. Or if you want to be better marriage material, better husband material, better wife material, raise your standards. See, when we want something and we know we're not where we need to be, raise our standards. We wait. See, another thing that you hear in this clip, sometimes we procrastinate, and then when we want something, all of a sudden it comes to be an importance, and we want to raise our standards when you see other people doing certain things. So start your morning off on thanking God and focusing on what you need to do today at this moment. Don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow. Let's raise our standards. If you want to be that millionaire, if you want to be that successful business partner, if you want to be a great husband, a great wife, or a great child, or whatever, start doing it now. Raise your standards. Don't wait to the last minute. Don't procrastinate. We need to go ahead and act on it now, because if we don't act on it now, it's going to escape us, and then we're going to go ahead and have regrets. So let's stop having regrets. Let's start doing it now.
Regret. Oh, man. Regret. We all got, once you get some gray, you got regret. It's already a fact. You already got some kind of regret a little bit. But man, if I'd have put a little bit more energy into that. Or a lot of times we put the energy into it, but maybe we don't put the energy into it long enough, consistently enough, with enough passion for a long enough amount of time to get to where we want to get to. Robert, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break right here, and I'm going to share some what we call mojo, motivating video information there from some of the best to ever do it. And what it says is, man, you got to get up. You got to wake up. You got to kill those excuses to raise that standard. Let's kill those excuses. Stand by.
One of the biggest contradictions of massive success is when people go to their moms, their dads, their brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend. They say, listen, one day the world's going to know who I am. One day I will have a Ferrari, the Lambo, the Rolls, the Bentley, the big house, the cars, the backyard with the big swimming pool and an elevator. I'm going to put the biggest parties. I'm going to be a millionaire one day. Yet, instead of staying at the office on Friday night, you call your friends and you go party. Instead of waking up Saturday morning to go to the gym, you sleep until 10 o'clock. Instead of reading the book on Sundays, you kick back and watch movies all day long. The reality is very simple. Those who win big, they do four things right. They sleep, sweat, grind, repeat. And they do it over and over and over again until their dreams become a reality.
If you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness.
You gotta have the mentality to show up every fucking day of your life, no matter what life throws at you. It's our responsibility to show up to the Coliseum of life, prepared for fucking battle. I don't care what you're going through, what life's throwing at you. It's your responsibility to find your new 100%.
You still must grind. I fail at most things I do, but still I grind. I don't want to do half the shit I do, but still I grind. And that one day, you see me on a dark alley, run at 1 o'clock in the morning, know one thing, I was grinding.
Every single day when you wake up, you got two options. You can look at the clock and hit the snooze. You can look at that snooze button, boom. You can hit the snooze button and go back to bed and dream about what you want to have. Or you can look at that snooze button, kick that clock and get up and go pursue your dreams.
You need to walk through the mud of life, guys, if you ever want to get to the higher ground. That higher ground is where you look in the mirror and you have respect, and you went through the work, the sweat equity of it all, and the end product is something you travel, a legacy of life, and you put your signature to. That means something. You're not speaking hollow words. You're backing those motherfuckers up with action.
That's what lions do. Lions don't give up. Lions don't quit. Lions hunts. That's what we do for a living.
I still grind. I love the grind. If you're competing in one of my businesses, I'm going to kick your ass because I'm going to outgrind you.
You have to be willing to work in places people don't see.
While the other guy's sleeping, I'm working. While the other guy's eating, I'm working.
There's a motherfucker out there who wants what you have, who wants the position you are, who wants the job you have, who wants the wife that you have, or the husband. There's someone out there hungry and wants everything you can have. So make that a motivation for you.
And mental toughness says, not only do I climb that doggone mountain, I enjoy climbing the mountain. I get a kick out the mountain. I get a kick out the weights. I get a kick out of fatigue. I get a kick out of the grind. I get a kick out of it. You take advantage of this opportunity. You let everything else go. You eat different. You study different. You practice different. We don't have forever. Let's not act like it. We're all going to die. And so I don't act like I'm going to live forever. So every opportunity I get, I murder it. Process driven. I love it. I'm about that life. I get up every morning at 3 o'clock. When I want to get up, when I don't. When I feel like it and I don't feel like, why? Because I'm process driven. I'm not feelings driven. Champions are not feeling driven. Champions don't get up when they want to. And if we're going to be champions, process driven. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done.
Man, how about that, man? You got to get up and get it on that, man. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're frying the fries at McDonald's or you're the corporate CEO for one of the biggest companies in the entire world. You got to get up and get it, man. You got to apply another effort. There's somebody that wants that position. It's somebody else that wants to be number one in the world. It's somebody else that wants to be number one in your office. From the small to the large, man, we got to put in an effort. That's a little bit different, it's a little bit uncommon, especially if we want to live an uncommon life. Mr. Robert F. McPhaul, give me some feedback on that.
Ooh. I mean, that was fire. It goes back to, got to put the work in. The work is the work. Don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow. Sometimes we have to sacrifice the good of what we want for tomorrow because of the fact that we have to, in order to be successful, in order to do what we need to do, we got to sometimes sacrifice sleep. Sometimes we have to sacrifice the fun that we want. Sometimes we have to sacrifice some family time to which we can be able to reap the rewards so they can reap the rewards for what we did today for tomorrow. There's so many things that that was in that video is that you can't party and play today thinking that you're going to be successful tomorrow. Look at these NBA players. Look at these professional football players. They had to put the work in so they can be able to be that NFL player. They had to put the work in so they can be able to make those six figures and everything. Those let's take it closer to home. If you want that job, if you want that six-figure job, you got to put the work in before you can get there. So when you show them your resume, they can say, "Wow, you did all this? You qualified? You got your degree because you put the work in." But if you want to go ahead and party with all those guys, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're not going to be able to get what you want the
It
next
comes
day.
back to that same old saying, I don't want to get rich quick scheme, but when they don't get rich quick, they quit. It's a thing about, an ethic of work, a commitment that you attract. You attract the kind of people, which what attracted us together to make a powerful relationship as brothers in success. To say we want to help people and share some information. It just might wake somebody up to say, you know what, man, I could take that Tupperware business to the next level. You know what? I could take the bead business to the next level, or whatever it is, the lemonade stand, it doesn't even matter. I'm going to be the best fry guy. You know what? Nobody's taking my position on fries, but I'm going to be early, and in between, I'm going to do everything it takes. Matter of fact, I'm going to show them a little bit different way you can do it, a little bit faster, a little bit better, a little bit more efficient. I'm going to wear my hat. I'm going to do everything in between to succeed in my life. And I'm going to raise the standard, and guess what happens? The standard gets raised. Just like in school, when the one kid brings the apple, right? They always got the A's and the B's. They always got the good grades. They bring the apple. They thank the teacher. They're getting something out of it. The rest of us, me, I'm in the back. I don't like it. I like they're raising the standard. I want the standard right here because I could dwell in mediocrity just like everyone else. See, I could be mediocre right in the middle and not be exposed. But when you step out and you raise that standard, man, you get exposed. Man, you're not doing the work. And that's why we generally don't like the people that are taking the extra effort. They got the parking spot outside. They got their own cabinet in the break room. All the stuff that it takes. They got it. They get the break. Now, let's share some information. You brought this up, and you brought this subject to the forefront, which is why I absolutely love what we're doing together here in this opportunity to share positive, powerful information to start today. Break this next video down, preface it, and I'll get it ready in the queue.
Yep. Basically, the video that you're about to watch is a 2-minute video, and Tony Rollins he's going in on letting us know that we need to raise our standards. Why? It once again goes back to being what we want. Like our parents tell us, don't be like your friends, don't be like your people that you're around the neighborhood and everything. We want more for you. In order to get more for you, you need to raise your standards, go beyond what they want out of life. When we talk to our kids and say we want more for you because we know you can be better. And in order for you since we know that you can be better, raise your standards. Come on, don't stay down here. Like they say, if you want to be an eagle, and eagles fly, guess what? You can't be a pigeon. You can't be a chicken. You got to raise your standards so you can be that eagle that soars above the skies, that soars above the mountains. Boy, I wish we had more time. But watch this video, and it's going to truly change the way you see things and change the way that you view things. Because in order for us to win in life, you got to change your standards.
The number one thing that's going to change your life, the only thing that will change your life, change your business, change your money, change your relationship, is you must raise your standard. Now, I know that sounds boring, stupid, basic, but it's the truth. The only thing that changes our life long term is when we raise our standards. What does that mean? That sounds so boring and dumb. It means that all of us in life have things we want. We don't get what we want. we get what we have to have. Remember I said earlier, we all get what we tolerate in ourselves and other people. But when you're no longer willing to tolerate something, that's when your life changes. The difference in people is their standards, period. The difference in people is their standards, period. And what do I mean by standards? Everyone in the world has a list of things they think they should do. I should lose weight. I should work out. I should spend more time with my kids. I should work harder. I should make more calls. I should. And then you know what? People don't do their shoulds, and they get mad at themselves, and they what I call should all over themselves. They beat themselves up about it. What changes people is when your should becomes a must. When suddenly the thing you said should happen has to happen. That's when human beings change. It's like if you want to take the island and you're the head of the army and you want to take the island, the most powerful way to take the island is burn the boats. Because if there's no way to go back, it's amazing what happens when it's a must to do something versus a should. That's what makes human beings succeed.
When your must becomes something you have to have, that man said, we don't get what we want, we get what we have to have. Man, that's big right there. What I have to have for my family may not see the work that it takes, but that's not the point. The point is, I have to have it for my family. I'm the leader. I have to raise the standard. My family deserves it. Mr. McPhaul, why do we have to raise that level of our standard? Speak on it.
Well, we have, in order to get what we want, we have to change our standards. If you want a better business, if you want your family, if you want that generational wealth, if you want that residual income, we have to change our standards. It has to be a must now. A must. It must. And I must have that. That means you want it. So change your standards. If you're not doing something that you know that you must have or must want, change your standards. We want that generational wealth. We want our family legacy to be better. Guess what? Change our standards.
Man, you know what I do when you hit a point like that? We're gonna have an extended little bit here.
Yeah.
So breakthrough thought. Changing those standards. Stand by. When we break through the mindset of, you know what, I want a little bit something better for myself, for my family. And then we remove ourselves from the position of doing it. Let's say remove myself from, I need to pick this car up off my child. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I just know why. See, that's the deal. We a why so powerful that the how may not even be evident yet. When you have, you know, I don't know. I'm starting off on fries. They said I was going to start off on fries on the trifold, right, when I signed up for the job. But when I got to the job, they gave me the toilet bowl brush. But see, my mind says, you know what? This bathroom is going to be the best, cleanest bathroom at McDonald's they ever had. And then I'm going to jump on those fries. You know why? Because I'm going to raise the standard, not only of my work, but of my mindset, of my work ethic, of my attention to detail. I could wake up in the morning and run this podcast and do it in a hoodie and hat and shorts and everything else. But no, what I am is about sharing positive information in a real sincere way and a work ethic that's truly genuine. And if you have a work ethic to become something you haven't been, you're in the right place at the right time. Mr. Robert McPhaul, and break that down right there about separating yourself by raising the standard.
That means basically those individuals that's either negative, those individuals that are not going nowhere, they rather stay on the corner. The individuals that just want to party, the individuals that just you have to change your circle, change that mindset, and raise your standards of living, raise your standards of thinking. You have to get away from those individuals that just want to do whatever they want to do. They want to be drifters. They don't care no more. This is what they all about. So if you know that you're not like them, now you need to change your standards and change your circle to become better. You have to get away from the mundane things of those individuals that just don't want to do nothing. Get away from them.
You know, it's not as complicated as it would seem. Gandhi has one of the best quotes about it. You know, Mahatma Gandhi, we all know, but he said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Be the change. So we get around the water cooler, we talk about the company, the pay plan, the issues. Nobody cleans the break room. Nobody look at the nasty bathroom. Nobody, they don't give out any raises. All the complaints, right? That's easy. So that's a standard. That is a standard. But see, when you raise a standard, I was offered an opportunity man, I'm about to be old. I was offered an opportunity in auto sales back in the day. My style was professional. I had already been in a professional environment and developed at least to that sort. But now it was a daily, professional kind of atmosphere. But the salesman generally wore those polo shirts, short sleeves, it's easy kind of lag, some jeans and whatnot, suit every day. What happened was over time, production and consistency and style and professionalism changed the standard of the entire dealership, which spread throughout. The owner had maybe 13 dealerships. Now it was suits and ties. Now it was a culture. Now I don't take responsibility for changing a culture, but I do take responsibility for being an example of what change could look like. And today it's even different. That's what I mean by setting a standard that people will follow, not because you're trying to be a leader, but you're just you. When you are you and you always give the best, you're the one that gets the call. You're the one that gets the opportunity. You're the one that gets invited into new information that can change your life. Mr. Robert F. McPhaul, I know you understand that when you separate yourself, people look at you differently because you're the red apple in a green apple barrel. Man, talk about that separation.
You just said it. When you decide to make a change, because you want to be different from all those other individuals, because you say, wait a minute, I found myself feeling a little different. I want to go out and be this individual that can make changes and change people's lives. Guess what? Go out there and do it. And when you do it, people start looking at you like, wait a minute, wasn't he that red apple that decided to go against the grain because he wanted something different? He didn't want to be green. He wanted to be red. And now when you stick out, now everybody wants to be that red.
Look, sometimes, but the fear in stepping out is you also get ridiculed. You crazy. You're talking about a thing that only you or the few see. So you separated yourself in there, and that's a brave world. Stepping out into business ownership, going to college. Maybe you're the first one in your family to go to college. taking that job as an intern that doesn't get paid, but you get to glean off of leaders that are doing some things that you want to do in your life. That's getting paid. But the mindset is the simple part about the mindset is just be you. Apply what you know to apply. So you don't want to do it. And here's what it looks like. I'm not going to do that. They don't pay me for that. That's above my pay grade. I'm not going to, bring the best of myself what nobody else does. Why wouldn't you? It's your success, not theirs. It's your bills at your house, not theirs. And nobody's coming to knock on anyone's door to say, I heard that you wanted to win. What do I need to do to help you? That's not coming. That knock on the door is not coming. So we got to do some things that allow us to bring our uniqueness to the storefront of the business, the class, the company, the job, most importantly, yourself. Because here's something for you, Robert. Everywhere we've ever been, we're the only person that's been there every time. You are the only person that's been everywhere you've ever been. So if you continue to get the same things out of everything that you do, you can't look at the other one. You can't, the company, the city, the place, the relationship, it's the same again. It's us. So raising that standard means I'm going to pick up a book. I'm going to go to that workshop. I'm going to get some new information, because here's where you get the breakthrough. We know it. You don't know what you don't know. And once you realize you don't know what you don't know, applying your unique ability, your unique difference, allows you to get in rooms where people share with you what you didn't know. Mr. Robert at McPhaul, man, you have any words you want to get out there, break that content down, share where the hell people could reach you, and most definitely how people could separate themselves. You had the floor, sir.
You know what? If you really want to change somebody's life, if you want to change your life, if you want to change your family's life, it's time to raise our standards. It's time to make that difference. Be that difference changer. Make that, be that changer. Be that person that is ready to just make a difference in someone's life. So that means we have to raise our standards to another level, to where you want to be that person. So if you're ready to make that change, if you're ready to be that difference maker, reach out to me. You see my email, RMcPhaul@gmail.com, 904-607-6246. Go ahead, contact me, DM me, call me. I'm ready to make a change in your life so you can be able to make a change in other people's lives. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and partner together. Let's embrace arms. Let's lock arms together so we can help others to change. See, we want better for our families. We want better for those around us, but we're scared. Well, kick fear to the curb and let's go ahead and make that change. Like Michael Jackson said, that man in the mirror. Oh, gotta be that man in the mirror. Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? Let's raise our standards and let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's go ahead and go out and do it. But in order to do so, we have to raise our standards.
Let's raise them standards, my man. It's always an honor. It's always a pleasure. It's always a privilege to be in your presence, whether we're on virtual or we met in business all around the country. Mr. Robert F. McPhaul, man, Mondays and Fridays, we're going to be impacting this network. We're going to be sharing powerful, positive content. We have a topic coming up on Friday. I'll let you know about through the week. Mr. Robert F. McPhaul, thank you for being on the Grindology101 Podcast. My guy, Robert F. McPhaul. Navy retired veteran, travelpreneur, entrepreneur, coach, and success mentor. Thank you for being on, man. Absolutely. Now, we get to have that young man on each and every Monday and Friday. We're going to be having a great platform. I see you out there, Mr. Robert F. McPhaul. I appreciate you there. Rasul Dawood, man, my good friend. Gail, thank you for chiming in. Thank you for tuning in this morning. And my good friend out there, Corey Thomas, I see you. Much love to you, sir. I appreciate all you've done, man. Decades of true brotherhood and friendship and a smile lady all the way out there in Ghana. Man, how about that? Reaching all the way around the world. Gonna have an amazing day on purpose. Separate yourself from the pack. The middle is the middle anyway. Average is average enough and easy enough to do. You could do the same thing you've been doing, and that's fine. And if you're good, that's good too. But if you really want to do something, step it up a little bit, and just step it up in a little bit of increments. Wake up a little bit early. A little bit earlier, stay up a little bit later, read the book with a little bit more intentionality. What do you want out of it? And if you join something, you signed up for school, you signed up for the business, you signed up for the class, you signed up for the mentorship, you got into your club, you became a fraternity, a soror or a frat brother, and get into it. Put on the hat. See what you get. What's wrong with going for the best? You might just get the best. It's been your Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast. I'm your guy, KeJohnna Owens. You want to be on the show? We want to have you on the show. Contact me at 909-686-1698. You can email successexpresspromos@gmail.com. You can also visit successexpressmarketing.com. Send me some information. We'll see about getting you on the show. Talk about what you do. We will see you on the other side. And I'm telling you, there's another side. Stand by.